After using the Redgear Pro wireless controller for 5 years, it was time for an upgrade. I checked all the available budget controls for PC and the Amkette EvoFox Elite X controller caught my eye. I have gamed on this controller for a lot of hours and on many games. Here are my 2 cents and a comparison with the Redgear Pro wireless. The only cons I had with the Redgear controller were the cheap feeling shoulder buttons and the Redis connection while playing. Although after 5 years, the battery life degraded to just half an hour of playtime and the left shoulder button not registering all inputs, which is not bad at all considering I got it for 1000 rupees. The Elite X, which I bought at 1500 rupees, has solved those 2 cons. The only cons I have with this controller is with the USB receiver. It is 2.4 GHz like the Redgear, but you only get one and it is massive. It takes up 2 side-by-side USB port space. I will give EvoFox a slight pass as they do include an extension cable, but I would have liked to see 2 receivers, which is handy when quickly switching between your TV and PC. Now let's talk about the pros. The controller looks very premium for the price. It comes with Type-C port for charging compared to the micro USB on Redgear. However, you cannot directly connect through the cable and play without the receiver on both the controllers. All the buttons are very tactile, triggers feel precise. Joysticks are a little lighter than the Redgear Pro, but are responsive and precise. The rubber padding on the Redgear definitely offer more grip though. Both controllers have dual vibration motors, but the EvoFox has much stronger motors and can be easily adjusted to 3 levels and be turned off using the small buttons on the back, which the Redgear lacks. I would recommend vibration level 2 as it feels tighter and more premium. The right motor is slightly stronger than the left but is much more balanced than the Redgear, in which left motor did 70% of the work. These can be with just my units and your experience may vary. Speaking of the back, here is my favorite feature which I absolutely love. The macro buttons, which is inspired by the Xbox Elite controller. Just long press the easy button and click on the left or right macro button. The LEDs will flash and you can map any of the buttons to it and just click the same button again to end the mapping. You can combine multiple buttons together at once and even record them separately by pressing the buttons one by one. This is incredible for any games, especially ones with quick combos. Do note that macro buttons only execute the record and mapping in a split second, even if you hold down the macros. There is also turbo functionality present on both controllers, which is handy in shooting games to control recoil. Both controllers have XD input and work on Android through an OTG cable, but the EvoFox automatically detects and changes, which needs to be done manually on Redgear. I also liked PlayStation symbols printed on, which is handy when you want to play emulated games. The range on both controllers is similar. Battery life is way better than advertised. The EvoFox lasted over 12 hours with vibration set to max, which is much better than the initial Redgear battery life. But the charging on Redgear is a bit faster than the EvoFox, which takes around 30 minutes to go from 0 to 100% with a 20-watt charger. I would like the low battery indication to start a bit early as it dies within 10 to 15 minutes. In conclusion, I strongly recommend the Elite X controller for PC. I have loved my experience so far, especially because of the macros. If you play primarily on other platforms, then go for the EvoFox One, which works on most platforms and has RGB. If you want similar RGB at a lower price, then take a look at the Amkette controller. All the controller links are in the description for you to check the current prices. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching.